Guys, today we have another Marvel Strike Force video brought to you in partnership with Scopely, and we are going to dive into the Orochi's team. So the Orochi's team is a team that is good, number one, against mutants. As you see Lady Deathstrike here, you see the Sentinels, which are in comic book lore really strong against mutant characters. They are also really strong in raids. They have some synergies in raids, and I think you guys will be surprised, if you're coming from other games, you'll be surprised at just how much each of these units actually does. Let's take a look. So if we see here in the squad building menu, there are numbers on each of the units. Those are the synergies that they have with each other on a team. For example, 10, 7, 8, 11, 8. We can click on one of them and we can see all the different skills that synergize with the other skills, with the other units on the team. Look at that. There is a lot of synergies. There's also a lot of skills that do a lot of things. So let's dive on in to some of the skills even more. Before we go any further, I do want to mention that there is a brand new promo code. It is a limited time code to get 5 new units. So to celebrate Marvel Studios Thunderbolts, Marvel Strike Force is giving away 5 powerful characters for free. Use the promo code Bucky to unlock Red Guardian, Yelena Belova, Ghost, Winter Soldier, and Taskmaster for free. Also for a limited time, you can unlock Ironheart in celebration of the upcoming Marvel television show Ironheart. 5 free units. Ridiculous, in addition to all the other stuff you get. Wild. First up, we have Lady Deathstrike. This is a unit that potentially can solo teams. If she is strong enough and the opponents are maybe each unit is a little bit weaker than she is, she can go nanner, she can solo teams. She's got some defense down, some bleeds, some piercing, which is effectively like ignore defense. Bleed is like continuous damage, but she can do a lot of damage. She can also self-sustain. She does have a lot of synergies with Weapon X teams, which we're not using a Weapon X team, but she does also have synergies with the Orochi team. So we've got some bleed here. We have, well, actually piercing and bleed. We have some offense up, and then we have piercing and bleed some more. We have, this is actually an interesting skill attack. Primary target for 280% piercing, ignore defense, apply 1 defense down, maximum of 2, and bleed. Rebound chain to 3 adjacent targets for 280% piercing, plus defense break, plus a bleed. Then we have, this is a synergy with Weapon X allies. Is really nice with Weapon X allies, but also she does have a synergy with Orochi's. If this character has 3 or more Weapon X or Orochi's allies, this attack cannot be countered. And then we have this nice one, extra damage. Over here we have 2 death proof and 2 evade when she drops below 60% health, and she also heals for 20% of her health, which gives her the opportunity to solo teams if things go sideways. Next unit, Omega Sentinel. She's not going to be doing a crazy amount of damage. She's a support unit. She does some buffs. She does some heals. She can potentially revive herself with 30% HP when she dies. She's got some synergies with Orochi's. She's got some extra value in raids. Her buffs are longer than they would be in other areas. She has some synergies with tech units. She can stun mutant or tech enemies, which is nice. And then she's got some extra heals on her turns. So she's mostly just a support unit, not too exciting. That's why you see I've upgraded her less than Lady Deathstrike, who is the damage dealer. Third unit on the team should be very familiar to you if you've read X-Men comics or seen the movies or cartoons or video games or whatever. It is Sentinel. This is one of the enemies of the X-Men. He is a unit that also summons other Sentinels to the battlefield. He provides a safeguard buff, which is effectively preventing units from stripping your team or from flipping your buffs into their negative effect counterparts. Also, fun fact, if you guys are familiar with other games, HP pools, take a look at this. 5 million HP. That's a lot of HP. Next we have Nimrod. This is a unit that we don't even have at 7 stars yet. He came into the game after I started playing, shortly after I believe, but it was kind of a little bit more challenging to get pieces of this unit. He is a damage dealing unit. He's got some AoE piercing somewhere around here. He's got the defense break. Attack is unavoidable. He has the AoE 300% piercing, flips 3 positive effects to negative effects on each target, which is actually much more critical than you would imagine. And then we have some more defense breaks, disrupted. He also has stealth here. On kill, gains stealth. While this character has stealth, gains 30% damage, 30% crit damage. He gets extra speed. He gets extra bonuses in raids. He is a nice unit. I'm still hoping for that 7-star soon. Last but not least, we have Scientist Supreme. This is a unit that's effectively kind of like the opposite of Nimrod. I mean, she is a support unit. She's got heals, regen, immunity. She has extra attack bar boost. I believe it is on this skill. On spawn fill speed bar by 50%. She also passively revives enemies. I think not revives enemies. That is not correct. Revives allies. 25% chance to revive an ally with 30% max health. She does. The reason that I say she is kind of opposite to Nimrod is he will flip the enemy's positive effects to negatives, and she will flip your team's negative effects to positives. But it is another support unit, so we have 2 support units on this team, even though the other units also have some support mechanics as well. I'm looking for an X-Men team to hit, and this is the time that, of course, we're not seeing an X-Men team, but we'll hit this team on the right-hand side and see. We got the Nico Moreno. We have I saw that Cosmic Ghost Rider had about 500,000 power. But we have a couple units that have 500,000 power as well, so I'm not too concerned. We have the Lady Deathstrike that has about that. We have the Sentinel that has about that. And I think we just have better synergy. I'm surprised to see that team on defense, but yeah, we're just going to mow through it. That's what's going to happen. I see. Well, this is what I was saying. This is why we built the team, because it's a strong team. There are certain teams that are, I mean, just with any of these games, there are certain teams that are kind of counters to one team is strong against another team, and then another team is strong against another. It's like a rock, paper, scissors style mechanic. So while this team might have been strong against that defense might have been strong against a completely different team. I just have not seen that defense before ever in my life. So we have this team now on the right-hand side, the one with Vol and Ultimus and Doctor Strange. I see the Doctor Strange in there has 640. The Ultimus has 640 as well. Let's hit this. We should be able to take it down to 3 units very quickly. The synergies, I'm kind of picking off some of these defenses that don't have as strong synergies, and I'm hoping to climb a little bit so that we can hit some of the, maybe we could find some X-Men teams. That's what we're supposed to be. It's the whole epic storyline of Sentinels versus X-Men. Maybe, I mean, I'm just playing these things out of my head, I guess. But we're already, we got them down to 4 units, and we are about ready to get them down. The Agatha is, we're going to take her down. Ultimus is almost bit to dust too. And he had 640k power. But you see also on our team, we have multiple Sentinels because one was summoned. So that is kind of the nice value. But on the flip side, if the enemy has a lot of AoEs, it doesn't matter how many Sentinels we have, all of them are going to get hit at the same time. So, let's see. I think we should be fine against the Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange has got really nice AoEs, though. I'm going to build him... Well, he's already built, but I want to build him to a higher degree soon. I really like that unit. I think he's also works in other teams, some of the other Cosmic style teams. I think he's nice in. So I see an X-Men team in the middle here. However, I also see that Emma Frost has 1.2 million combat power. And I am a little bit concerned about that, but I think it could also be fun if we get demolished by an Emma Frost and get soloed. I don't know. Let's see what happens with the rest of the team. I see the Beast in there as well. That's a different X-Men team that I'm using. Similar. 3 of the units are similar. Gambit Nightcrawler is amazing, but I do also like the Forge. Forge is one of my favorite. He's a support unit, but I really, really enjoy the unit. He's so strong. He cleanses, flips harmful effects into positive effects, and revives, and he does quite a lot. So let's see if we can get this down to maybe 4 or 3 enemies as quickly as possible, and then we get demolished by the Emma Frost. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, let's see if we can target Gambit. Hopefully. I know I auto this. I auto all these all the games like this where arena is timed, because what they like to do on defenses is make things very stall so that so you don't. It's just that that's how it is with all these games like this. Okay, so we are down to 4 units on defense. I want to try to get Nightcrawler down or Cyclops. I'm less concerned about Cyclops, but I know what Nightcrawler can do because I really like to use my Nightcrawler as well. And we'll see what happens with the Emma Frost. Maybe we'll target Cyclops next. So I'll auto, but I'll kind of guide them to where I want them to, who I want them to hit. So the Emma Frost doesn't really seem to be doing as crazy as I was concerned about. Beast is almost down. You see we have multiple Sentinels on the battlefield again. We have 3. Well, we have 3 of the regular Sentinels, and then we have Omega Sentinels. So technically kind of 4. Wait a second, is there another one? There's another one hiding back there too. We have 4. We have 4 Sentinels and the Omega Sentinel. Because there's another one smashed between Omega Sentinel and Nimrod. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while to take her down. Yeah. The 2 minutes of the 244 we have remaining is just gonna be us attacking her, and eventually we'll get her down. 1.2 million combat power though. Yeah, I've seen some crazy strong units that are much stronger than that even. But next we got to get a nice Horseman of the Apocalypse team. That'd be nice. Okay, so our Nimrod is down, but he could be revived. So he might not be down for good. But hopefully we can take her down. It's almost a minute of just fighting her. Which is, you never know. And if that was a Lady Deathstrike on the enemy team with 1.2 million combat power, she would be picking off our units. We would be losing units every like 15 seconds. And it sucks that we don't have the Nimrod here, because he could be flipping those beneficial effects to harmful effects. We got plenty of Sentinels, that's lovely, but also we've been fighting her alone for a minute and a half, and this is why we auto. This is why we auto. There we go. Beautiful. So as I mentioned earlier, the Orochi team does have some extra synergy and value in raids. The skills get a little bit better, so that's where we are right now. We just launched a new raid, so let's take it in and let's see. Actually, I want to see what we have on that team that we're trying to hit. So it looks like we have some mystical. We have 2 different Doctor Stranges, which, well, it is Marvel, so of course we have 2 different Doctor Stranges. Actually, there's a lot of different units in this. There's a lot of different units in this game. There's a lot of units in this game, a lot of characters that have multiple different variations of them. For example, there are multiple variations of Ghost Rider, there's multiple variations of Spider-Man, Daredevil, etc., etc. So let's hit this. Looks like there's a lot of mystical wizard style characters, so we are going to not use this team. We are going to use our Orochi's team. And actually, I want to take this sim off because I want to see it in action and I want to see how it does. Although the simulate is what I usually use. I mean, it's what everyone really usually uses. As soon as they know how the team operates and they know what they can hit with it, they do sim, and it's basically like an autocomplete. So, although sometimes it fails. It's not like the same as like farming and doing a simulation for farming a level in other games, or actually in this game as well. But if we were to farm story levels, then we could just auto-complete them easily. Oh, looks like we're doing really well. Not really too much of a challenge here. Not for the Orochi team. That's good, because I want to make sure that we can complete these levels, get all the resources that we need to build some other teams. Because this team is kind of, for where we are in the game, it's kind of almost max. Because there's some resources that are limited, so we gotta wait to get them. So, from like events and things like that. So we can't really upgrade them too much more for where we are. And also I want to build other teams as well. But it looks like it did very well. Let's hit some other teams with it. Let's see if we can find anything a little bit harder. Not really. And since we already went the top path, we can't really go another direction. I mean, sometimes you actually can. But I guess in this one we can't. So let's hit this one. And there's going to be some new... There's always, in this game, every month there are new characters. So, as I'm sure you've seen, we did the promo in the middle of the video. But also, every time we do Marvel Strike Force videos, there's different promos going on for every month. So, let's see. Got some wacky characters, though. Gladiator. Gladiator's another nice one. A couple of those units that we're hitting here in raids are really strong for arena teams. So we see the Thanos, the endgame Thanos, the Gladiator, the Gore. All of those are really strong in arena right now. Although metas change, so what might be really strong 1 month or 1 week could be not as strong a couple weeks later, a couple months later. It's usually a couple months later. So. But yeah, that team is... I don't like the Black Order team. The Black Order Thanos team. That one, not my favorite. But the Annihilator team, with the units that I just mentioned. The Endgame Thanos and Gore and Gladiator. That is a strong team. I made the mistake of building the Black Order team because I was like, oh, it's a good arena team, and I haven't. I'm like, no, it's not a good arena team. It is not. But anyway, that's it for this one. Just wanted to show you guys the Orochi's team. It is a solid team. We will do some other team building as well. Thank you again to Scopely for trying to remember. Thank you again to Marvel Strike Force. Thank you again to Scopely for partnering with the channel. If you guys like what you see, you can download using the QR code or link in the description. And I will see you as always in the next one.